Boys, gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, baby. Guys, we have day one of VCT Academy today of the boot camp. It's a 7-day boot camp. I'm super excited giving you guys all the sauce for free, man. Um, Boys, what we're speaking about today in day one, if you notice by the setup, is we're not speaking about charts. We're not speaking about strategy. We're not speaking about anything really along those lines. What we are speaking about in the day one of this boot camp is by far the most important thing when it comes to your trading as a whole and really trying to find profitability and longevity. And that is number one, your approach to trading as a whole, but number two, your trading psychology, bro. And so that's what we're going to talk about in today's video before anything, before we get into day two of structure and things along those lines, because this is what is going to dictate everything else, bro, to how long you stay committed, to if you literally end up a statistic and why like 97% of traders fail, or you actually are going to end up coming out on top and making money and becoming profitable. So whether you're brand new, bro, or you're still unprofitable, I promise you this will be one of the best videos that you can watch, bro. And so let's get straight into it, man. So, guys, when I like to think of myself coming into, trading like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I remember all of, the beginner thoughts that you maybe have, right? Where you want to make money, like kind of like a get rich quick, just see how much money you can make in a really fast amount of time. Like you're probably getting into trading for the wrong reasons, right? Like the money, things along those lines. Um, but quickly, what you'll find out after maybe your beginner's luck, runs out and things along those lines is this is going to be a journey, bro. This is going to be a journey. And so the best way to approach trading, bro, is that this isn't just something that you can come into, kind of have as a hobby, kind of do it on the side. Like, bro, trading is one of those things where it does need your full-fledged attention, bro. On the minimum, at least until you get to a point where you are profitable. That's like the best way I like to think about it. And that's why when I got into trading, I literally dropped everything else that I was doing and went all in on trading. I mean, I dropped out of school. Not saying that you have to do those things, but I'm just showing you guys the level of commitment that I had in the beginning when I started to trade, bro. It was like literally the only thing I could eat, sleep, think about. And so that's the first thing, bro. You have to know that this isn't just something that like you can keep on the side and that you think you're gonna make a fuck ton of money on, bro. Like, no. Realistically, it will take you, depending on how committed you are, again, like a long time to see profits, to see progress, to see money from these markets. And it's literally just in the understanding of you are building a skill when it comes to trading. And so you have to approach it like that, bro. Like, how long is it going to take you to build this skill, right? The more you do it, the better you get. And the more experience you get under your belt, the better you're going to be, right? And all of that just comes with time. And so you completely just have to eliminate the fact of like you want to make money like as fast as possible. Like, obviously, yes, we know money is the most important thing, like results and things along those lines. But I promise you, bro, like even for myself, it took me 2.5 years to really ever see like my first dollar of consistency in trading before I was able to start getting payouts, funding, and all those kinds of things. Now, it doesn't have to take you that long, but I want to give you guys again the insight into like my journey. And this is a process, bro. This is not going to happen overnight. Okay. So it's literally in that approach. Like you just have to realize that this is a skill. This is something that it's probably one of the hardest things you'll ever do in your entire life, but one of the best things you'll ever do if you can persist and if you can actually stick it out to, because it will change your life, bro. The amount of money, all these things that you will eventually be able to make with the amount of like little to no time that you put in at a certain point, it's like nothing else in this world. And that's why this is not like anything else in this world. So you have to treat it like that, seriously, like it's something that you aren't used to and that is like nothing else in this world. So you have to take it as serious as possible, right? So that's the first thing, guys, is just understanding like the approach to this shit, okay? And like I don't like to use the word, realistic. I honestly hate using that, but I don't want a lot of you guys to have these false expectations of like coming into trading, and you're seeing people like, let's just take FX Alex G. If you guys don't know who he is, he basically took $100 and flipped it to a million. Like, guys, that's totally doable and totally possible. But realistically, like, are you going to be able to do that as a brand new trader or maybe a little bit of an experienced trader in the market that hasn't even found consistency yet, like with like bigger sums of money and trying to grow like consistently on a monthly basis, yearly basis, weekly basis, and you're over here trying to flip $100 to a million or maybe 100 to 10K every month? Like, those are unrealistic expectations in a good way, to the point where you're not going to be able to do that every single month, or especially again if you're like a beginner. And so what that will do, in you knowing this, is it won't shatter you, bro, and your expectations of like maybe saying that, you're a bad trader because you can't do this or do that. And so you just have to approach this stuff with the expectations of like what are essentially realistic for just where you are in your journey. Because that's why I said I don't like to use the word realistic, because anything really is possible with trading, bro, with flipping money. Like, I've seen it, I've done it myself. You just have to put the time and understand, like, if you're a beginner, bro, come on, like, the chance of you flipping $100 to a million, like, probably not, you know what I mean? And things along those lines. So that's the first thing, guys, is just really understanding your approach when it comes to trading, okay? The second thing I want to talk about in this video is your market psychology. And this is really what I focus on with literally my entire channel as a whole. If you guys have watched some of my trading content already, um, guys, the reason most people lose money in the markets, it's not the strategy, bro. It's not, maybe that piece of information that they think they're missing. Like, don't get me wrong, having a simple edge, risk management, and just being able to execute like on those things is really important. But what ties this all together is your psychology and is your discipline. And that's why most people can't make money in the markets and lose all their money. Because the thing is, bro, if you don't have the proper discipline and market psychology, it don't matter what kind of secret you think you have, what kind of strategy you have. If you're always going off tilt mentally and going against your rules, even though again you have like the perfect fucking secret passage out there, you're still gonna lose, bro. Because again, like, you're not following your plan, you're not able to execute on your plan, and everything you're doing is just so emotionally involved that, and what do these things lead to? Again, like over trading, revenge trading, fear of missing out, chasing trades, and all of those habits lead to unprofitability. Like, I can tell you that right now. And in my journey, like, bro, this is, I remember, like, those are some of the hardest times you really have to go through in building these lessons and understanding these things. Because, bro, imagine you're working on things, like I said, where this is a process for months, for years, you're still losing money. You're going through big moments in your life of like awareness and realizing that you're not following your plan. Like, I remember that so many times for myself, where, I'm still revenge trading, and I'm aware of it, but then I'm still looking at the, P&L on my MT4 or whatever at the end of the day. And I'm like, I took like 6 trades today, like 6 trades, 5 L's, 6 L's, blew my account, blew my funded, whatever it is, all because I was going off tilt mentally, and I wasn't as aware as I needed to be, or maybe I was just arrogant, right? And these all come from experiences in the market. And this is why I'm telling you, one of the most important things, bro, if not the most important things when it comes to your profitability, you have to understand, is it's going to be your market psychology, bro. And I'll drop a whole full course on that after this boot camp is done, but I just want to cover that in day one briefly, and then we'll get into the technicals for the rest of, the week for the 7-day boot camp. And then after that, I'll work on a separate psychology boot camp. But for the most part, boys, like, you have to understand those two things are by far going to be one of the most important when it comes to you just starting to trade, bro, is how are you approaching it? What kind of mindset are you gonna actually take into this? Maybe you've already started trading again, that are gonna allow for you to remain in the game. Like I always like to say, technically you can never fail, bro, if you don't quit, because the game's not over, right? And so many people fail at what they're doing with trading is because they just give up. You know, you look at, I think the statistic for like somebody that comes into the market, bro, within the within the first like 90 days, I believe it's like 90% or 97% of people lose their money within the first 3 months and things along those lines, and like are unprofitable. But when you really think about it, let's just take the percentage of people that actually stick with trading for years and years and years. Like, I want to know what is the percentage for the people that have been trading for like 3 to 5 years, right? And when you really think of, let's just eliminate trading, right? If we just think of this as like a skill, think of any skill in the world. You know, think of somebody that does it for 3 months compared to somebody that does something for 3, 5, 10 years, the rest of their life, every single day moving forward. Like, what do you think the probability and the chances are of them actually finding success, being profitable again? It's like, this is why I think the statistic of it all and people saying, most traders lose money, most people are unprofitable. It's just like, bro, it's like anything else in the world. Like, people just can't stick to one thing and just do that. People want their short-term gratification. Again, to the approach I was talking about in the beginning, where you want to come in and flip $100 to 10K within your first month of trading, within your first week of trading, within your first couple of months of trading. Like, no, bro, you have to understand, again, that this is a skill. We're going to build this skill, and it's going to come through the breaking down of you and then the rebuilding of you completely. Like, you just have to put it that way, bro. Trading, as I was saying, it's like something no other in this world, or really success as a whole, bro, where you're gonna have your beliefs changed, your thought processes changed about money, all these different things that will then lead to, your psychology being in check. You actually embodying the traits of a profitable trader that will then lead to you being profitable. So, boys, for the most part, that sums up day one of the boot camp. Um, Hopefully, you guys took something valuable from this video in understanding, again, that this has nothing to do with the charts. This has nothing to do with, the strategy that you're using, that indicator that you think you're missing on the screen. A majority of what you're doing right now is going to come down to your approach with it, bro, your mindset, and just your psychology as a whole when it comes to trading. So, gentlemen, with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow in day two, where we'll actually dive into the charts.